Hello, I would like to present a case study as to how you can mitigate the effects of cyber warfare by using our case-safe family of products for data encryption and decryption. By using our products, you can increase your system security from 17% secure to 97% secure. The basis of this conclusion is done by comparing different types of systems analysis as how information flows to and from computer to computer via the internet and via the internal computer processing. This study was performed on June 3rd, 2007 by myself, David Konecki. My qualifications for performing the study is that I have degrees in applied computer science, engineering science, medical technology, and training in security. Now, in the first analysis coming up, we look at the computer system model. In the computer system model, there are 5 layers. The 5 layers are the external communication channel, the linkages to the external communication channel, the operating system processing, the physical computer devices, and the data storage and retrieval available on the computer. At the first operational level, you have different setups as a PCS card, Wi-Fi, wired network, and full modem. And at the second level, on the linkages to those communication ports, you have port 80 and port 453, which is known by hackers and everyone else who does computer communications that this is where data is sent on a computer. So some of the common methods used by hackers and other people are to hijack these 2 ports. On the third level, you have the OS queue, the app queue, the main application, and the main browser. Now, the strategy to increase your security is to have your data secure even before you send it to the data ports that are part of the INET. And this is where KSafe can help. KSafe can protect your data before it gets to the INET ports. So basically, you know that when it gets there, it's secure and it can't be tampered with. Now, when you consider the pathway as to how information is sent to the actual recipient, the smiley face on the pathway map, you can see there are many nodes that information can travel through, a set of 5 nodes. And what that means is when you do a combinatorial analysis on the nodes, there are technically 49 ways information can travel from your computer to the recipient, 49 pathways, from the internet data connection at level 1 to the internal data processing at level 3 and to the user interaction at level 5. With the KSafe family of products, your data is secure on all 49 of these pathways. So if someone were to try to intercept your data or did intercept your data on any one of these 49 pathways, they would not be able to open it. Only you and the intended recipient would be able to open it. The reason why this is so is because KSafe encodes the data so that basically if someone were to try to intercept the data while it's being sent, they would receive gibberish. And without the proper key, and the proper program to decode the data, it would become gibberish. KSafe uses an advanced method that defeats most common cryptology solving methods and breaking methods. Now, when we consider the data transmission pathway from internet, computer to computer, you can see there are 4 levels. There's computer or terminal, internet protocol v6 send, internet protocol v6 receive, and receive local computer or terminal. Now, when you send data from a computer, normally what happens at some point the data is not secure. But with the KSafe process, the data is secure when you send it, and when it comes to the second process of decomposing it, as the way messages are sent in the internet, they're not all sent on one stream, they're sent through multiple pathways and reassembled. The data is still safe because basically, since your data was protected at step 1, it will be safe at step 2. Then when the data is received and repacked, your data will be safe again, because basically what will happen by the special method and encoding process used in KSafe, a hacker will not be able to break into this file. Finally, when you look at the computer with the proper KSafe program and the proper key, you will receive, your intended recipient will only be able to read the message. And the message will only be able to be understood by you and the intended recipient. This is the advantage of KSafe. With this process, you have a much higher level of security than you do with other common computer programs, as Computer Associate, Symantec, and pretty good privacy. Now, as you look at the slide again, you can see compared to the other topology, this topology is not as complex. The biggest advantage and worry of this topology is that the message will get there reliably. However, since this topology is not as complex, it is easier for a hacker to intercept information. So therefore, whenever you send information, it is important that even if a small bit of information is intercepted, that it is coded securely and strongly, as with the KSafe process, which has passed the National Security Agency's 3-level testing process and certified as a high-level security program, that even if a small bit of the information is taken illegally by a hacker, they would not be able to derive a key to break the code. Part of the reason why this is so is that KSafe uses a special internal process that defeats most common cryptology methods for deriving a key from the data. So whenever you send data, it is very important that you and the recipient have the key in place. The KSafe is so secure that if the key were lost, the data the key could not be derived from the data obtained. Now, the advantage of the KSafe program is that you can increase your security from the current level of 17%, as determined on most systems today, up to 97%. This is not 100% secure, but you have moved up 80% from what your current state is. To learn more about the KSafe product, please feel free to contact us at sales@kaneki.com, KANECKI.com. Thank you again, and God bless.